All right, so you're working with APIs now, and sometimes it gets a little hard to view it, especially when it comes in your code terminal when you're like testing in your actual command line. So for example, if you're trying to hit this API call here, just gonna see what it looks like. Comes out like this nasty little JSON object right here. And it's kind of hard to read though. So for example, if you want to know where would I find the Rotten Tomato score and how far nested is down, where do I have to hit? So in this video, I want to show you a couple ways where we can view JSON objects a little easier for you to start using them in your code. So first off, I know most of us are working on Chrome. So if you kind of go here, so whenever you do a API call, whenever you're trying to hit something like this link here, all that is a GET request. And you do that exact same thing in your browser. So if you just type that out into your browser, you actually get the results here. Now, this isn't the prettiest way to see it, but if you're using Firefox, you'll notice that if you do that exact same call, you'll actually see it transform into this. So Firefox has a built-in where it's a nice little JSON navigator. So if I did want to pull in that Rotten Tomatoes rating, just go into ratings and I can see it right here. So I know what I would hit something like data with the key of ratings, and then this is an array. So I could do ratings with the 1 index, and then I could do the value key. And that's how I would get it. If we're in Chrome though, there is a nice Chrome extension that does this. So if you look up JSON formatter in the Chrome extension store, I already have it, but once you enable it, and we'll go back into here and I'll hit refresh, and you can see it automatically does that for you. So in the top right, you can go from raw to parsed, and you have that same features where you can kind of make it easier for yourself to see what's the nested keys and how do I pull certain values out of this API call. Now, this one's a little bit of a simple one, but I'll tell you how I got to learning how this and what it might look like in your future as you get into deeper, more complex API calls. So I used to do a lot of web scraping where I would just go on websites and pull a lot of data from websites. So one of my projects was pulling all of these product info, their prices, their image URLs from the Gap website. And it got really hard to do it just through regular web scraping, but I was able to hit their API. So this is what their API call looked like. It gets really nasty, really big, and a lot of things get nested in. But with that JSON formatter now, I can just hit refresh and it formats it. Pretty big call, so it takes a second. And now I can start going into here. So I can see products here. Might be a little laggy because it's a little slow, pretty big. But if you kind of look into here, I can see waffle. Let's see if we can start pulling prices up. So product category, child products. And so I kind of see here, here's that waffle knit hoodie. So the very first product in this child products array is this waffle knit hoodie. So it should be $49.95 here. So in this API call, there should be a price one in here. Yep. And here's $49.95. So I could hit this API, and instead of going through this entire website and doing it, I could just go through the API and use something like the scripts you guys are running and just looping through each of these and getting the prices, getting the info here. So again, when you get into more complex APIs with a lot of nested data, this is where these JSON formatters come in. And another tool is sometimes you're not going to be able to hit it with your browser, just typing it straight in. So the other tool I like to use is this one here. It's called jsonviewer.stack.hu. So let's say, for example, I got this from my Node terminal. I could just kind of type this in, copy that, you can paste it into here. And then the same thing here, if I go to viewer, it's a much nicer experience than the one in the Chrome. So you can kind of go through here and kind of just pro through. So again, to kind of look at what's the price of one of those t-shirts, I go to child products, number here. So I got the waffle knit hoodie, let's see, graphic t-shirt. I can scroll on down so you can see it's really nested in here. So now I know I can do something like data and then hit all the required keys to get into the price object and then do price.current max price. And then I can pull the value from there. So hope this is helpful. Again, once you kind of see work more with APIs, these tools might come in handy. Again, the Chrome extension is here, but if you're using Firefox, it automatically comes it. You can be able to collapse everything, expand it all, even do searches for it. So if I wanted to do Rotten Tomatoes, I could pull it from here. All right, guys. Hope this helps you out.